is always a dumb thing to do, but we do it because, we're in the media and fans love this kind of early projection stuff. 2023, our guy, Terrible Just Terrible, wants a record prediction. Now, just to keep you in line with who Nebraska plays this year, obviously everyone in division, with an interesting opening night at Minnesota on a Thursday night. That's going to be cool.
That'll be cool, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a Fox game. That sounds like a Fox primetime game.
Hey, you know what? Night. Everybody, too, when they announced that back, I don't know, they announced that, about 3 months ago or something, and everybody that travels to those games, all the media people I'm talking about right now that travels to games in Minnesota, they were all just ecstatic that game was actually in the summertime.
Exactly.
I mean, they were like, oh, yeah, we don't have to do that in December, not December, but, late November or something. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be 18 degrees in Minnesota in November. And it's also, instead of maybe being 93 degrees at home, it's going to be probably a comfortable, more like 75 or so. Probably.
Yeah.
Then a trip to Colorado to take on Coach Prime.
Yeah, well, what a dynamic that was just added to that matchup that we hadn't thought about a month ago. So that will be, obviously, I think that's going to be probably a pretty highly anticipated game nationwide. For whatever the network conglomerate is covering the Big Ten now. So I don't know. Maybe that's the big noon Fox game. I have a sneaking suspicion, but we'll see. We'll see. That's going to be fun, though.
Yeah, with Colorado hosting that game, so it's a Pac-12 property. It's probably going to be a Fox deal.
And Nebraska fans travel to Boulder like crazy. I mean, they show up in force, and that's been a rivalry game for how many years, and Nebraska fans just love going to Boulder because it's a really easy drive to get up there, and everybody that's there has a really good time the whole time they're there. I'll just put it that way. And that's before the game starts.
That's a pretty quick drive, right? It's not too bad, depending on where you are in Nebraska.
It's 7 hours of Denver, and another. You got to take a right, and another about an hour to Boulder, but very easy. And you can stay in Denver, and just drive there on game day very easily. So.
Northern Illinois and Louisiana Tech aren't necessarily pushovers, but obviously Nebraska's got to win those two games at home.
Hey, you're getting ahead of all of us here. What do you mean they're going to win both of these games at home?
They should.
Well, yeah.
They got to win those two games.
So right now I've got them at 0-4?
Do you really?
Well, being realistic here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm kidding.
The non-division games, Michigan's coming back to town on September 30th, and Michigan State on the road November 4th, and Maryland in Nebraska on November 11th. So those are the non-division games. But after Louisiana Tech, it's Michigan and then a trip to Illinois.
Hey, you know what? With what I've seen from Matt Rule and the way he kind of operates and stuff, that I would fully expect him to do, obviously win more than 3 games, win more than 4. I give him like 6 games, maybe. Say 6-6. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Right?
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Nobody hold me to that. But
I mean, it's not going to be like a Tulane turnaround from winning 2 games one year and then ended up winning 12. Obviously, Nebraska can't do that because the numbers don't work out that way. But 6-6 sounds good to me.
6-6, that would be great. Get back to a bowl game.
Absolutely.
Get back to a bowl game.
Go somewhere cold and play a game outside before Christmas.
Colin just hopes Matt Rule dials up an onside kick against Minnesota if we're up by 2 scores. It's a tradition now. Okay.
No comment.